In 2023, the tech industry was handed a prophecy that sounded like a death sentence. The smartest people in the room said it plainly. Artificial intelligence would replace up to 80% of software developers within 2 years. Coding, they said, was over. Why pay a human $100,000 to write what a machine could write for free overnight without sleeping? It's now 2 years later, and what actually happened is almost the exact opposite of what everyone predicted. Let me show you why. For a while, the prophecy looked like it was coming true. Companies announced hiring freezes. Over 150,000 tech workers were laid off in a single year. Every headline screamed the same thing. The robots are here, and they're coming for the keyboard. Junior developers were told to pick a different career. Computer science students started to panic. And on the surface, the tools were genuinely stunning. You could describe an app in plain English and watch code appear in seconds. It felt like magic. It felt like the end. But here's the thing about magic. When you look closely at how the trick actually works, the illusion starts to fall apart. And when companies started betting real money on that illusion, replacing their engineers with AI, they discovered something the hype never mentioned. The AI could write something that looked perfect. It compiled. It ran. The demo worked. But software isn't a demo. It's a living system that has to survive contact with the real world. It would write code that worked 90% of the time and fail silently the other 10%, in ways that were almost impossible to find, because the AI couldn't explain why it made the choices it made. It had no memory of the whole system. It didn't understand the business. It just predicted the next most likely line of text with total confidence, whether that line was brilliant or quietly catastrophic. Teams that fired their engineers and trusted the machine started shipping broken products. And then came the part nobody saw coming. They had to hire the developers back at higher salaries just to clean up the mess the AI had made. So why did the smartest people get it so wrong? Because they misunderstood what a programmer's job actually is. Most people think coding is about typing, about knowing the magic words in the right order. If that were true, AI really would replace it. But typing was never the hard part. The hard part is deciding what to build and why, and how all the pieces fit together. It's translating a vague human want, make it feel faster, make people trust it, into a precise system that holds up under pressure. That's not text prediction. That's judgment. It's taste. It's understanding people. And the AI has none of it. What actually happened is far more interesting than replacement. The AI didn't replace the developer. It replaced the typing. It became a power tool. The boring, repetitive parts got automated away, and the developer was freed up to do the part that actually mattered: thinking. A good engineer with AI now does the work of 3. So companies didn't need fewer of them. In a strange twist, the best ones became more valuable than ever. And this isn't really a story about programming. It's a pattern you're about to see play out in every industry that's been told it's next. We keep making the same mistake. We see a tool do the visible part of a job, the writing, the drawing, the coding, and we assume the whole job is gone. But almost every real job is mostly the invisible part, the judgment, the responsibility, the knowing what's worth doing in the first place. The machine can do the task. It cannot yet own the outcome. The people who lost their jobs in this wave weren't the ones who used AI. They were the ones who refused to. The developer who learned to direct the machine became unstoppable. The one who pretended it didn't exist got left behind. The threat was never the AI. The threat was someone else using the AI better than you. So the prophecy failed, but not because AI is weak. It failed because we asked the wrong question. The question was never, will AI replace you? The real question is, what becomes of your work when the boring half of it disappears and only the human half is left? Because that half, the thinking, the taste, the judgment, is about to become the most valuable thing you own. The smartest move right now isn't to fear the tool. It's to master it before the person next to you does. If this changed how you think about where AI is actually headed, subscribe, because we break down the shifts that matter before they hit the headlines. I'll see you in the next one.